front of me when we end, or is it supposed to be there?
It's a temple strike.
Yes.
So here.
So, yeah. If you run away a lot, then it might not hit you. But
the right positioning is more or less here, right?
Yeah. Okay. Really, what you've done here is you've gone. Okay. It's just that much. It's here. Okay. If you do whoa, then it'll miss you. But that's not the sword always wants to keep in a position to win the fight.
Right.
You're
and
not
you can't do that
running
from far away.
If you run away, then it's another fight. There you go. Yes.
That works, by the way.
Yeah.
It is a,
you notice the difference?
No, you switch hands.
Yeah, switch hands.
Switch hands, yeah. Now you know.
There it is. Nice.
Hands over. Put that other hand to your hip.
You win!
Bring the thigh hand to
I felt bad, I got you, so I figured I'd just
Good. That looks fine. Yeah. And by the way, go ahead and let this foot adjust. I think I wasn't doing that, but when I do this.
Well, it feels okay to come back.
Yeah, that's
there.
Right.
Okay, now here, when our roles were reversed, we had a fight, and the fight was his sword was on my center. So. Yeah, it was this. Was that, I did something wrong? I maybe should have moved a little more.
I don't know.
Joe.
Let me see.
Here, yeah, you do the sword and because we ended up in a, I mean, it wasn't a fight, but I mean, there was a fight over the center.
Okay, yeah, I can't even get the center.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I didn't move enough.
If you let him take the center.
I think it was.
So what happens is that this original thing here, when I do this,
then you got it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's blocking.
Okay, so I didn't move enough.
Yeah, and by the way, if you push really hard to the side,
right.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, so you need to think about. You're not fighting me with your elbow. You're trying to get the sword on me.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, if you have start from here. If you have too much this way.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
You get all kinds of bad stuff. Okay. So just bide your time. Bide your time. You're saying, okay, I'm not getting a cut on this person. They got my center right now. If I push it to the side, they're just going to go around me. So I'm going to wait. Excuse me, I'll be. Now I can, you know, it's one of those things. Boom. Comes up. He's over there. I'm going to step over there. I just happen to have the wrong hand.
Sword up. And then I come along. Oh.
Yeah.
There.
Now you want to think about cutting him, but you also want to stop that cut so you don't get hit in the eye.
Okay. So then I think, okay, I'm going to.
I'm biding my time.
So I get to about right here, and I think I can go in.
Well, yeah. What you see is you're going to try to cut him.
Okay, I'm going to try to cut him there.
Cut his hip open.
So there, I'm trying to cut him.
And you've come and blocked and down. And by the way, you should have stepped forward on your left foot when you did that thrust.
And I don't, okay, he stops it, puts it in the gut, then he lowers himself, keeps it in the gut. And then when does he trap the sword? Just arbitrarily traps it?
Boom. Za.
And you just,
yeah.
it's an arbitrary move on your part, sort of. I mean,
I don't know if it's completely arbitrary.
what stimulates me to do it?
Well, I think what would be the best way to do this? I'm going to do the Joe side.
This foot is forward,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And we're,
So I'm thinking about. Hell, I don't have anything. Get to that right there. Then I think, cut. Okay.
here. Now, from here, I've got you stopped, but you're still basically free
Yeah.
here. I want to restrict that, and I'm thinking, you know what? I don't even like that sword being in front of me.
Okay. So you're just.
Yeah.
It's just the next logical progression.
I've stopped you here, I block you there, and I totally ground that sword out.
Okay. Thank you. I think I'm the sword. I think he's the.
Second, and I want to maybe refine a couple of things as I looked around the room. I think I left out one foot movement that might help. Dale, let me borrow you for a second over here. And so on this sword side here, this is a diagonal. So some people just cut down the middle and kind of drift. Think about this would be a kesa. Kesa was this diagonal line from, in this case, from the base of the neck to just above the hips. But it's not going to quite get there. If I were to take a full step forward, that's my range. But I think, you know what? That's not going to get there. So instead of finishing that step, I just hold that step and let the sword go. So it comes into here. Hey! And he's got this one. He comes down here. And as he starts this strike, I'm going to step back. Go ahead and let this foot adjust here. Turn, step here. This starts to come down. He's watching. I'm looking for a place to strike. And it gets, when this sword stick gets to here, I'm thinking, you know what? Ah! Oh. But what he's done is this foot started out behind. Okay. So that puts the back hand here. Step forward, feet even. Do you notice what happened is that action of stepping here moves the stick forward 6 inches. And that's what is holding me back. It's that da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. And that, oh. Okay, that stopped me. Then he blocked down here and traps that sword down. So this is a 3-part motion. It's kind of the same blocking motion, but it's what can I get to and when can I get to it. So go ahead and you have this, and then trap that. And then I step back here, he comes up and I see that coming and I step back again, but he still gets to me. The lean is entirely to take up that extra space that I did by stepping back. Okay, now he's going to square up and change. Yeah. Oh, shh. Okay. All right. So I think we finish it.
So he starts to roll on and here. Up. And then I turn. So my power, I'm assuming, is coming from as of here.
Yes, you attach it to your body. That's a good point. What's happened here is 1, 2, and I lock my body into it. As soon as my backhand hits that, I'm now a solid block. And this is something that we don't have a good pel here. We've got a tire at the dojo, and you might want to think about working on that type of a strike. Okay. Yeah, there are some other techniques where you will start your cut with one hand and lock it into your body at the point of contact. And that's really what you're doing there. So, have you ever seen Iaido? Iaido has this action of snapping the sword forward. That's what you're doing with the stick here. And it really is a powerful strike. It's just as powerful as a big swinging strike, maybe almost just as powerful. The body power is really the same. Right? Okay, question. You want to play with this some more? Give about 10 minutes? Yeah.
Why don't you hit them in the face while they're searching for ways to hit you?
You can. There's a lot of times you could kill someone easier, but we're gonna say okay. And if you let me think it about a little bit, I'll probably have a better answer for you. But one of the problems, if you think about in all the martial arts, is initiative. Okay, if you move first, what do I get to do? I get to react. So as this comes down, and that is, let's see, come back to this position. So we're here, right? Thrust. So if you make that motion, it's kind of funny. We translate, go-no-sen or ato-no-sen. They talk about it's the late timing. You have early timing, you have matching, and then you have late timing. Go-no-sen is really considered high-class martial arts. Not to say that the other ones aren't also high-class martial arts, but your bread and butter is going to be the reaction. What do you do in Aikido? Somebody attacks you, you react. If I start the attack, then you get the advantage of being able to take advantage of my movement and counter. So that's what you're doing. You got to be really careful because there's a lot of places in here. I think Ukon shows you how many times a sword can kill you, because that's what you're thinking the whole time. It's got like 58 different places where you can get killed, and that's one of them. It's one of those ideas. Okay, yeah. If you want to change partners, you want to just keep practicing the same, that's fine. But let's spend a few more minutes with this, and I'll circulate and help. Okay. Get in. Get your head close to this guy. And stand up straight. So I'm talking about hip. Here. Closer.
It's all right. Well,
So
you'll
that
figure
this
it out if you try
hand
to draw.
has got, fulcrum has got your head behind it. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah. I'll cut that over off. Yeah. Also, that lines you up with the stick. Puts all your power in the stick.
All the way.
Okay. So you start to this.
And I can hear it, but you go up.
Do you understand what I was talking about here? If you start to thrust at me, I got plenty of time to knock you out of the way. But I can't come in. If I start to attack, I'm going to lose teeth. Or get a
checkmate situation.
Yeah. And now move.
Well, I don't want
Stretch. Take a big enough step that you're gonna. Yeah, it really feels like you're out of whack when you do that. That you got to come to here to get me.
Get to about here. I think I can cut your hip, so I go. That's where you want to be square.
Yeah. When you start, go ahead and come back. Not too long. When you start, I was just here, right? So now when that thing comes, I just go to here. Oh, that's nice. And back to center. Ah, yeah, that feels better, right? Switch to hands. And draw back the arrow. All right. Yeah. When I do this, I start to feel like here that this is like drawing back an arrow in a bowstring. And Osato Sensei has this thing that he does where when it gets to here,
It's about knee height.
he's actually
Like that. And then they go, yoy.
Pushing.
You pop
And
it up
pushing
to
with
the
the
eyes and I
feet.
do this.
Feet are already pushing against the ground.
Go there.
So all I got to do is release. I don't have to say,
That's nice.
la la la. Start moving. It's la la la. In other words, you're already being attacked. Static. It's just like I pulled back that bow. It's not relaxed. It's already tense. It's got this forward pressure on it. All I have to do is let go of the front hand. All I have to do is, if I'm pushing with my 2 feet, all I have to do is let it go, and it's going to fly at you. It's really, really scary because you can feel it. You can feel it. He'll be like this. You go, oh shit. Hey, just like. All right, wait a minute. I just took away your stuff. Here. You do the sword side. I'll do the top side. Yeah. Lower, so that the guard is next to your mouth. There you go. Elbows relaxed. There you go. Now. Hey.
I can't do anything. But
I go there, and I'm
You're going to step back with this foot. Now turn towards me and step with your left.
this time I'm gonna get you.
All I'm doing is keeping center, keeping center, keeping center, keeping center. When you attack, oh!
So that's part of yours. That's
Just a little bit over here. Because you actually are kind of using this to protect your leg.
You just cracked me.
Yeah, you want that delta. Yeah, you want that, yeah. Maybe that's what
Look good with that. This has got some complicated movements in it. It's got some, it's not easy, okay? If it were easy, we probably wouldn't need to work on it. But I think you may find that it has a lot of value to it. I want to share a couple of things we had in discussion. So let me borrow Dale for a second. And one of the, go ahead and come in closer if you want. But one of the things we had is a question. Let's go ahead and we'll just run through the kata. Hey. So question one right here. If he starts dropping that hand down and he's going to clock me, he gets this all the way to the end and I don't react, I don't move, I hold my ground here, how does he hit me? Because Yakute strike ends over there. Well, he could just, cycle back and crack me. So I know I need to get out of there. I'm in his range. You can always shorten up a strike. So, so from here, I see that thing coming and I go, oops, and I get my feet back under me. I turned here. Now that was a nice turn. I just got that center, but he says, okay, got the center back. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to cut you on the diagonal. Oh! Now right here, as we start moving this and this stick starts coming down, we had a question of, well, why don't you just thrust at his eyes? And if he thrusts at my eyes right here, I can react. I can move 1/4 of an inch in the time that it takes him to move 6 inches. Or, if I move 2 inches, he moves 6. So I am not going to try to fight for center right here. He's not going to try to jump on this and give me the advantage to pass it. And also the question came up of why don't I try to get my center back? That's because I've initiated something that doesn't have to do with putting the sword into my enemy. If I am pushing sideways with this elbow, I'm just going to open up a lane to be attacked. So I am going to be patient here. I'm going to wait for it. I really can't do anything here. He really can't do anything here. This is the stalemate of the kata. And it starts to get here. It was interesting talking to Dr. Kirby and starting to describe the body parts that are in the way. And he's sitting going, yeah, check, check, check. Really don't want to have this in my throat. Really don't want to have it in my heart. I really don't want to have the xiphoid process knocked out. But when I get to about here, I think I can do this. And if he doesn't move, then, no, keep the Joe where it is. Even though I've impaled myself on the Joe, I can get to that. But when he moves forward with that foot, it actually moves me back 6 inches. So, go back please. Here. So when it gets to here, I'm thinking, look, I got all that room. I can get to him. I can do that. No, he took away that room. Another good question we had was, what's the stimulus for this 3-part sequence of trapping the sword? And it's not so much the stimulus as you're trapping the sword. And the reason why it takes 3 parts is because it takes 3 movements to get there. For him to trap this sword to the ground, he can't trap the sword here. He's got to stop me first. So that was our stimulus there. Now he's going to drop down, and now he's in a position where he can trap the sword. So then when I withdraw here, what happens if I don't run away? If I don't take that extra step back, he's just going to shorten up his strike again. And when you do that, I want you to, hit me like this. So you'll see some of the other, if you watch Matsui's video, you're going to see this piece where he goes like this. And he ends up in a sideways horse stance like this. That's shortening up that strike. Okay? Our assumption is that you need to know how to get him if he moves, because he's probably not just going to stand there. You move, he gets to move too. So as he starts to do that, and I'm about this range, I'm going to go, yipe! And the strike is right upside the temple. And as he straightens out, I'm just going to pack it in. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll close for today. So these are some tough kata. And it's introducing some concepts. This idea of blocking someone here, of coming down here, these trapping motions, blocking a Joe strike with using the fleshy muscles. Those are some really crucial elements that are unique, and I hope that is helpful to you. Yeah, no, that's one of the dojos. Yeah, let's. We just want to get the. Don't worry about the sword so much. You just don't want to have them in the showman. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll line up and catch our breath for a second. Okay. Yeah, 2 lines. 2 lines should work. Do we gain someone? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Get yourself. Do we? I think we added an extra person. That's fine. That's fine. You have that situation. We're good. All right. Let's go, Cesar. Sorry, left side, Joe. And Moxo. Moxoyame. Hey. Shomeni. Hey. Gokuro-sama deshita. Thank you very much. All right.